professor of international relations at Istanbul Aydin University in Ankara. Tarik, what led up to the U.S. lifting this arms embargo? Why now?
I think in order to explain this question in a convincing manner, we have to face up with some realities on the ground. There are some facts that we have to take into consideration. Number one fact is that in this Ukrainian-Russian confrontation, Turkey is trying to strike a right balance between Ukraine and Russia, whereas the Greek administration, the Greek government has made it quite clear that it has participated in this US and NATO-led sanctions on Russia. So Turkey is somehow in between Ukraine and Russia, but Greece is very much on the side of NATO and the larger Western international community. The second fact is that Turkey and Greece are going through a kind of turbulent period in the Aegean Sea. We have seen the crisis between the two countries rise to unwanted levels in recent years, and Turks are very much arguing against the idea that the fact that Greeks are militarizing the Eastern Asian islands, whereas on the other hand, looking from Greek perspective, the Greeks have come to the conclusion that they feel very much threatened by increasing rhetoric on the part of Turkish decision makers. So Turks and Greeks are in a confrontation in the Aegean Sea, and Turks and Greeks adopt different positions in the Ukrainian and Russian conflict. On the other hand, from my own perspective, the United States seems to be quite unhappy with the position that Turkey has been taking in this particular contingencies, whereas Greece is very much on the side of the United States. So I don't want to exaggerate the environment, but the first thing that comes to my mind is that the American administration is trying to give a message to Turkish authorities that the United States is not without any alternative. Greece is very much cooperating with the United States. So maybe from this particular onwards, it is Greece, not Turkey, that will protect the larger Western international interests in the Eastern Mediterranean and the larger Middle Eastern region. So this is a kind of issue that very much concerns also the dynamics of American-Turkish relationship, because in recent years, it has become quite clear to all of us that Turks and Americans have been on different pages on many different issues. But Turkey is very keen on the idea that the Cyprus issue, Eastern Asian island issues are core Turkish national interests. So it is going to be extremely difficult for Turks and Greeks on the one hand, and for Turks and the Americans on the other hand, to find a kind of consensus solution in this particular dispute.
Right, so there have been certain things that have been happening lately with harassment of Turkish jets, Turkey calling that escalation and provocation. By sending troops, additional soldiers to Cyprus when there are already tens of thousands there, could that be seen as an escalation? Does it just add to tension instead of simmering things down?
Yeah, very good question, but I'm not of the view that Turkey will, in a very short period of time, send numerous Turkish troops to the island of Cyprus. So this is a kind of rhetoric. Turkish foreign minister has been warning the American authorities by saying that if you increase the amount of support that you deliver to Greek Cypriots, so we will do everything possible at our disposal. So we will also support the Turkish Cypriots. But this doesn't mean that in the next months or in the next years, Turkey will substantially increase the number of its troops deployed in Cyprus. So this is a kind of negotiation, how can I say, tactic on the part of Turkish decision makers. But Turkey is very keen on this issue because Cyprus is a core national interest. This is a very core national interest.
All right, Tarik, appreciate it. Thanks.
My pleasure.